There's some real money in the room.
I want to ask you this question, OG. Somebody might say, well, what about your parents? Like, what about your mother? What about your father? You mentioned that in the book, you know what I'm saying, about your dad, and you always said that you and your brothers had daddy brain. You know what I mean? So if you can touch base about how your parents wasn't educated. You know what I'm saying? Your mom or your dad wasn't educated.
You know what I mean? One thing about your mom and dad, they never want you to know that they're not educated. To us, they smart because we don't know what they know.
Right.
But we don't know that they don't know.
Yeah, they wise. Wisdom.
But we find out, we've been saying this since I was 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't dawn on you. Like you said, to us, they the wisest thing.
Right.
And they just taught us something, how to read. What word that, mama, that lady said, that say it. Well, I told you, it say I. What, mama? I. She said there ain't no such word as I. It's called it, mama. Oh, okay. And they don't want you to know that they been teaching you wrong the whole time, but they was trying to teach you something.
Right.
Shit, Master catch you reading, you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Master say no reading around here.
Wow.
You know it's a dangerous game. You know what happened to the last slave got caught reading, don't you?
Right.
They chopped him in half with that whip. Master don't play no education around here. That's the fields my mama came up in. Bars.
Right.
Those the fields my mama came up in.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
But my mama was a smart enough lady to try to educate herself somewhere down the line.
Mm-hmm.
She had beautiful handwriting. And she knew enough to make me think she was smart. Mama smart, daddy didn't want no note.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got up in school, you find out mama can't do your work now. That's when you start figuring out mama said, take that across the street, see if sisters know how to do that. Mama, ain't no problem too hard for you. Well, that one is.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
Ain't no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. That's something there, man. Yes, because you just said something that was critical that I want you to elaborate on. You know, you said that the master or the system don't want you to know how to read. And we sitting right here, and for the people that's watching, we got books and we talking about OG Percy book. But how I got started with doing everything that I'm doing as far as being a published author, publishing over 10 books, writing over 5. I have 5 personal books myself, and I help a lot of inmates that's incarcerated when with their books and stuff as well. I published one guy book by the name of Derek Roberson. He's from the Houston Southwest side. They call him Black Ass, but I actually did his book while he was incarcerated. And so this just for me, I wanted to give back because when I entered the system over 20-some years ago, I was a 21-year-old man reading on the 4th grade reading level, right? And so like right now, from a statistics standpoint, the state, the government, they are allotting money for prisons based on the test scores of 3rd graders, the reading scores. So based on the inner city reading level in the 3rd grade is going to determine how many prisons they're going to build for the future. So we can see how being uneducated, not knowing how to read, being illiterate is a direct correlation to criminal activity.
Almost definitely.
So here's the thing. When I was a 21-year-old young man reading on the 4th grade reading level, I didn't know this until I entered the system and I had to go through what they call diagnostics. And they do all the different evaluations and tests on there, right? And then once I got my test scores back and I realized that I was on the 4th grade, like I had the mental capacity as a child in a grown man body. And so that's where all of this propelled to, because just like for the most of us, you know what I'm saying, we didn't read. I didn't grow up reading books. It wasn't a priority as a in my household, just like a lot of us. And then what I really found out when I got on this journey, Percy,
Yes, sir.
With publishing my own books and being out on the blacktop and really grinding and trying to, hustle and sell books. Man, they say black people don't like to read, but the truth is they don't know how to read.
Bars.
They don't know how to read.
That's why they behind bars.
Oh, now that's a bar.
That's
That's a bar. So switching on, man. You in the book you talked about when you came to the realization that it wasn't all your fault. You kind of found peace about your life and how your life went down. Can you talk about that?
I had to find out one thing about me. It ain't your fault, and one thing people don't like to do is move on. People like to hold on to the blame game. I got a reason to say why I'm like this.
Right.
I could have blamed the second grade teacher. You know what I'm saying? I could have kept that. I could have used her for a crutch for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? To hold me up to say this is why I turned out the way I turned out. But I learned one thing: if you don't move on and forgive, not forget, but don't dwell in it. Forget the past, but don't dwell in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the past. Just leave the past behind. Don't dwell. One thing about the past: if you don't forget the past, you'll never get to the future. That's what I had to do. I had to leave the past behind to get to the future. I would have been stuck in the past. The poor me syndrome. Why me? This is why I'm like that, man. That's it. So that's what got me accepting it, man. Accepting and moving on. Say I ain't forgot it. I don't dwell on it, but I can't live in the past. I got to get on to the future. So for those that's watching and listening, if you want to move on with your life and quit using this for a crutch, the second grade teacher didn't do me right, and you 50 years old and that's all you can keep saying, something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you 40, that's all you still saying with the second grade teacher, cause you 50, you 30, you 20, you still on the second grade teacher, you still on mama, auntie, the neighbor next door, the child molester across the street, Dirty Riding Joe or whoever did you like, you still on that? And it's 2000 finna be 25? Shh. That mean you stuck on stupid. You're not going nowhere no time soon. So guess what? I'm gonna take my ball and I'm going home. I'm going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna stay here with you. For those that's listening and watching, leave the past alone, man, and move to the future, man. And whatever's hindering you from getting where you need to go, man, let it sit there. Let them soak in it. I'm finna get out and dry off, and go and keep moving. That's what Percy had to realize, because I learned. Watching people die and not changing. I almost got a tear on that one, but that was a hard one. I watched people die and didn't have a chance to change.
Yeah.
Hold on. I watched people die and had a chance to change and didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I watched people die and I knew if he had a chance, he would have did something different now. He would have changed. But one thing about me, watching all them different certain events, it made me change. I'm gonna leave the past alone. You know what?
Right.
Like I told you, writing the book, I learned from other mistakes, not mine.
Yeah.
Shit, I watched what they did, and God, I got me right here. God, it's a wonderful thing, man. Just to be where I'm at now and with no injuries, just a couple of scars.
Right. That's awesome, man. Man, it was really, really an honor, man. I don't know if I told you. I think I did, but man, it was really, really an honor to link up with you through Toon, man, to help get your story out.
Shout out to Toon, man.
Shout
Trap
out
Money in the
RealToon,
Room.
man. Shout out RealToon, man, for plugging this all together, man. You know, we like a triangle offense, man. We like the Chicago 92 Bulls, man. Triangle offense, man. But yeah, man, it was an honor, man, because your life and the backstory gonna help and save a lot of people, man. And people, you know, they get lost in the sauce, man. Like, they really don't know what you doing and who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you really are, man. You're an anointed brother, man. You know what I mean? You're an anointed brother with a gift from the Most High. And, man, you've been flourishing it ever since, you know, I seen you. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Hey, RealToon, it's some real money in the room.